Developers don't price units randomly, so almost every new project uses one of these three pricing strategies or even a combination. If you understand which one they are using, you'll find what I call a window of opportunity or value buy. You can avoid paying a premium and yet exit safely later. So once you understand them, you can basically apply to any project. If you are buying on the booking day of a new launch where emotions are running high and things are moving very quickly, you need to do some prep work beforehand so as to be able to make a decision on the spot very quickly. However, if you are buying into post-launch with good number of remaining units, you have more time to analyze and find the sweet spot. Before we dive in, my name is Beltan. I help property owners navigate the property market so they can avoid costly mistakes before they commit. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get regular updates, market insights, and strategies to help you make better decisions. Call me or DM me if you'd like to discuss your situation and we can work on it together. So now, let's dive into the topic. We have quite a bit to cover, so stay with me. So first of all, I'll run through what these three pricing strategies are, and then we'll do a case study so you understand how to analyze which strategy was used by the developer. And once you know the drill, I'll run through quickly a few other projects for you to see the pattern. And lastly, let's apply what we've learned on an upcoming launch, River Modern. These are the three common ways developers load prices on their projects: floor level loading, view or facing loading, and unit type loading. So if you know which strategy is used, as a buyer, you can find the window of opportunity to buy at good value and not pay a premium. So floor level loading. Some projects charge aggressively by floor, so each higher floor jumps significantly in price. When this happens, lower floors become relatively good value. And the window here is to go for lower floor with good facing or view. You avoid paying the high premium but attract resale buyers later who value good facing. For example, if 15th floor is priced 200k more than 10th floor and both are in the same stack facing the same direction, don't you think level 10 becomes a value buy? Your exit later is already safeguarded by the 15th floor as it is a price that has already been transacted. You can exit at his price because he will need to sell even higher. Next, view or facing loading. In some projects, the biggest price jumps come from certain facings like pool view, river view, or unblocked views. And the non-premium facings stay at a much cheaper even on higher floors. The sweet spot here is to go for higher floor with average facing. In this way, you gain high advantage without paying a premium for the view. Next, unit type loading. Developers sometimes mark up bigger bedrooms disproportionately. 4 or 5 bedrooms become very expensive. In the past, bigger units are usually sold at lower PSF, but recently, this is not the case anymore. And if a premium is loaded on the 4 or 5 bedroom, the window is often the 3 bedroom on higher floors. If you do not need a huge space, 3 bedroom is still a good size, lower quantum, and popular size to exit later at resale. Next, I'm going to use Copper and Newton in District 9 for the detailed case study because we can already see resale transactions and profitability for this project. So Copper and Newton is in District 9, launched in 2020 and it TOP in 2023. 378 units from 1 to 5 bedrooms. If we look at per floor jump, we see that from 1 bedroom to 5 bedroom, the typical floor jump ranges from 10k to 20k. And for CCR project to have this kind of jump 10 to 20k is very normal. So it tells us that the developer isn't loading aggressively by floor. However, for all these bed types, there is a premium loaded on the 8th and the 15th floor between 29k to 45k depending on the stacks. And for info, for this project, the highest floor is 23. So if you notice this premium and you want a floor level that's not too low, you can go for 5 to 7 floor before the 8th floor premium kicks in. But if you miss that, you can go for 9 to 14th floor without paying double premium, because this will actually translate to your resale profitability later, and we will see that in a while. Now, looking at the second pricing strategy, view or facing loading. We compare different stacks on the same floor and the same unit type. So for 1 bedroom 517 square feet, stack 4 and 5 faces the entrance, and both of them are actually side by side, so they are the same price, versus stack 14, which is pool view facing. And we notice that the difference between these two stacks can be up to a difference of 130k. So if you see the transactions here for stack 4 and stack 14 on the launch day of the project, the difference here is 131k. Now let's see 2 bed 2 bath 689 square feet. This is where it gets interesting. There are 4 stacks. Stack 3, 8, 17 and 13. Stack 3 faces the entrance and 8 Bukit Timah Road. And the difference is only 3k. It's almost negligible. But stack 8 versus stack 17, both facing Bukit Timah, has a difference of 50k. And stack 17, Bukit Timah view, and the pool view, stack 13, the difference is another 81k. So in this example, a buyer can go for a high floor in stack 3 compared to going for a low floor in stack 13. For the price of third floor on stack 13, the buyer can actually buy 12th floor or 13th floor of stack 3 to attract future buyers who love high floors. Now let's look at the profitability of 2 bedroom to see how they perform in the resale market. You will see the highest profit coming from stack 17, 3 and 8. You can say that maybe not many in stack 13 are selling. It's true, but don't you think it's maybe because the appreciation is not high enough for owners to want to exit, and so they continue to hold? Now, let's take a quick look at 3 bedroom 1055 square feet. Stack 2 faces the entrance and stack 7 Bukit Timah Road. The difference is as much as 123k. So again, it's very obvious that the developer is loading on facing in this project. How about exits? If we look at 3 bedroom profitability, 1055 highest profit comes from stack 7. No surprise about that. But did you notice that the profit difference between 1055 stack 7 and stack 2 1055, the difference can be as much as 210k. So this shows you that if you are able to spot windows of opportunity, you can actually exit at a much better profitability. How about unit type loading? Did the developer load a premium by unit type on bigger bedrooms? If we look at launch prices per unit type, we see quite consistent pricing for 1 and 3 bedroom, a little bit higher on the 2 bedroom, and in fact it's lower for the 4 bedroom but higher on the 5 bedroom. So in conclusion, for Copper and Newton, the developer's strategy was clearly on view facing loading with floor loading on levels 8 and 15. Once you understand the concept, you can actually see patterns across different launches. In some recently launched projects like Zion Grand, Sky at Holland, and Penrith, the larger units carry higher PSF at launch compared to the smaller units. For example, in Zion Grand, we see the loading on 5 bedroom, for Sky and Holland, 4 and 5 bedroom, and for Penrith, again 4 bedroom. So for the above 3 examples, we see the opportunity sit in the 3 bedroom. Now let's take a look. This is the 4th project in River Valley after River Green, Promenade Peak, and Zion Grand were launched last year. So 2 towers of 36 stories residential with commercial on the first level, sitting on a land site of more than 126,000 square feet. 455 units ranging from 2 to 4 bedrooms, developed by Guaco Land, and expected TOP is second half 2030. 70% of the project has river views. The developer cannot price all of them at the same premium because that will make too many units expensive and they will have problem moving the units. So we know that 70% will definitely be priced more expensive than the 30% non-river facing units. But within the 70%, we can expect some tiered pricing. For example, stacks that face a longer and more direct view of the river might carry an additional premium over others that face angled views of the river. Now, based on the indicative prices released so far, we can already see a unit type loading strategy where the 4 bedrooms are priced higher than the 2 or 3 bedrooms. From a pricing perspective, this means the potential window of opportunity is likely to sit on the 2 or 3 bedroom units. This doesn't mean the 4 bedroom is a bad choice. Larger floor plates serve a very specific and different buyer profile, like families looking for space or long-term own stay. But purely from an investment standpoint, for buyers focusing on flexibility and exit later, 2 and 3 bedders usually provide better liquidity and a wider resale buyer pool. So if we zoom into the 2 and 3 bedrooms, the next question becomes, where exactly might the pricing gaps appear for us to find value buys? Because River Modern rises to 36 stories, it's very possible that there will be a premium on certain floor levels, like in the case of Copper, as higher floors will have a more panoramic views, so buyers can get the floors below the premium floors. And it is also possible that some of the lower river-facing units might actually be priced similarly or even cheaper than the higher floors of the non-river-facing units. And this is exactly where buyers can find the sweet spot, enjoying the river view, which is the unit selling price of this whole project, without paying a high premium. And speaking of not paying a high premium, Stack 4, 3 bedroom, 904 square feet is one to look out for. Although it is on the non-river facing side, its balcony is on this side, which means it is able to have the river view from the balcony. So this could potentially be a value buy stack versus the frontal river facing units. So do keep a lookout for the pricing for this stack. If we recap for River Modern, the possible windows of opportunity could be in the 2 to 3 bedroom, lower floors of the 70% or anchored river view, and the floor below the premium floors. So whether it's River Modern or any other new launch, the key is to understand how prices are structured. Once you know whether the developer is loading on floor, facing, or unit type, you start to see windows of opportunity. And if you like help reviewing a specific project or understanding where your own window could be, feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to walk you through your options. This is Beltan signing off. See you in the next episode.